look, Trajan Langdon said they didn't want to risk losing out on Ron Holland. They really liked him. And so what's weird about Ron Holland is everything I heard about him was, God, what an elite athlete. But that whole G League Ignite thing was such a mess that, he was forced. Like if you're going to make a case for him, he was forced to have the ball in his hands late in his shot clocks, and that didn't help him. And that team was so bad. I think they won 2 games the entire G League season. And so, he was hurt by the G League experience. Had he been, had he just not had to go do the G League, he might have been the number 1 pick. Had he gone to college, he might have been the number 1 pick. But the Ignite team was so bad, you kind of get the sense that it hurt his stock. And maybe he's simply a victim of that. If you hate the pick, fine. I think everybody in the top 5, top 10, everybody in this draft feels like they came with a yeah, but.
Right.
He's a good player, but. Yeah, but. And in Ron Holland's case, it said he can't shoot. Trajan Langdon says he's checked all the boxes with the exception of shooting, but they brought in a shooting guru that they are hoping takes care of, and helps their guys along in Fred Vinson, which I guess we're going to find out pretty quick how good Fred Vinson is. I don't know. I mean, the hype for an assistant coach, this one specific part of the game, if it's legit, it'll be extraordinarily helpful because they have guys that need the help.
They do. And I mean, this is the reason you get this guy, right? You bring him in specifically to work with the shooters on the Pistons that need to be better overall. There's something to work with the Pistons. It's not like these guys are all sub 30% shooters, right? I mean, there are a bunch of guys that are, well above 30%.
Cade's close to the average. He's still below average, but he's close to the average.
But he's also gotten better. I think people keep sleeping on Fontecchio and how good he is. He's like 42%. And, people say, well, Cade's got nothing on the floor with him. He's got nobody else to shoot. Fontecchio shoots. Watch him. Fontecchio could be a guy that averages over 20 points a game with this team. So give it some time. We'll see how many of the guys will improve. And if they do improve by percentage points, it's going to reflect in the scores and it's going to reflect in the win totals. It's not going to make them a winning team right away. I think they still have to figure out what the right mix is on this team. But, to go out and get Ron Holland and his lack of shooting, his lack of jump shooting, I'm not going to cry about it in a draft that nobody is that thrilled with to begin with. So they didn't get a shooter. Okay, but what else did they get? What they got was a guy relentless defensively, got good size, good length, 6'10" wingspan on a 6'7" frame, who likes to finish, likes to play above the rim, likes to run. Those are all good things. Does he turn the ball over too much? Probably. Is that a reflection of who he is or who he was playing with? Because people say that team was not a very good team he was playing on, and if there's not a whole lot of talent there, then okay.
Feels really redundant to the Asur Thompson pick for sure, but maybe one of those guys gets moved. One of the things that Trajan Langdon said last night is that he's already getting calls. They've got cap space. It's funny because the agents of the draft prospects, he said not a lot of people want to come work out for them. I wonder if the agents of the veterans will want to take the Pistons' money, or are they going to be forced to trade? Because that's the concern right here, right now, is that, if that's indicative, when you make the comment, and he did last night, that, well, they didn't get a lot of guys to work out because agents told their clients not to work out for Detroit. And we're sitting here talking about all this cap space. You can have all the cap space in the world. People got to want to take it.